Welcome to the Volunteer Global video blog. Today's topic, navigating the job search after volunteer service. In my work with Volunteer Global, I've found that it's frustratingly common for someone to graduate, volunteer abroad, and then have trouble finding a job or building a career. And those who've asked employers why they weren't getting callbacks all got the same answer. That is, why didn't you get a real job after school? Here's someone who helped build a small business, taught HIV/AIDS prevention, or even constructed a library to increase literacy, and then who had trouble finding a job of any sort when he came home. I have a couple of ideas for why this is so common. First off, maybe their resumes and interviews didn't effectively communicate the relevance of their volunteer service. Because of this, the employer might have projected a negative stereotype on those who have volunteered abroad. Also, the employer might not have a clear idea of what the volunteers actually did during service, much less how effective their work was. So how do we fix this? In my work with volunteers and employers, I found that communication about service abroad is indeed a major issue. In fact, I'd probably say this is the root of the problem. So here are a few pointers for marketing your volunteer abroad experience. Volunteers tend to seek each other out, so take advantage of it. You might make some great friends who can make fantastic resources for your job search. Whether they have career advice or even know about job openings, connecting with like-minded people will do a world of good. Secondly, don't underestimate job fairs. Idealist.org hosts job fairs around the US, as do local colleges and universities. This can allow you to meet new people, perfect your elevator pitch, and drop off your resume. And speaking of your elevator pitch, you should probably perfect it. This is basically a 30-second description of who you are and why you're the right person for the job. Make it short, sweet, and interesting. And on the resume front, revamp it with keywords that your potential employer is looking for. For example, when describing your volunteer project, highlight your hard skills, like a language you picked up or a project you planned, as well as soft skills, like objectivity and self-confidence. Using keywords like these can go a long way both on your resume and in your interview. And finally, depending on your level of involvement and how long you helped on a project, consider placing your volunteer experience in the professional background section of your resume. This will help it stand out more and ensure that it's read by your potential employer. So these were just a few tips for navigating the job search. If you'd like to learn more, visit volunteerglobal.com. And remember to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter for daily updates about volunteering abroad.